The first circumnavigation of the Earth is a huge achievement, but Ferdinand Magellan didn't complete it. So, who was Ferdinand Magellan? A hero, a villain, or just a pawn in a global power game? Magellan believed he could reach the Spice Islands by sailing west, but the King of Portugal rejected his plan. He discovered and navigated the treacherous Strait of Magellan, one of the main sea routes between the Atlantic and Pacific. In the Philippines, Magellan was killed during the Battle of Mactan, but his ambition changed the world. Marco Polo, a Venetian merchant, is he fact or fiction? In 1271, Marco, his father, and uncle embarked on a journey along the Silk Road to China. For 17 years, he served Kublai Khan, witnessing wonders unknown to Europeans. Imprisoned upon his return, Marco dictated his tales, which were compiled into a book of marvels. But were they true? Marco Polo's stories introduced the West to a new world. Was he an explorer, a liar, or both? Christopher Columbus, the Italian explorer whose 4 voyages across the Atlantic, sponsored by Spain, opened the way for European exploration and colonization of the Americas. Driven by the desire to find a western sea passage to the East Indies for the spice trade, Columbus sought sponsorship from multiple kingdoms. Leaving Castile in August 1492 with 3 ships, the Santa Maria, the Nina, and the Pinta, Columbus landed in the Americas on October 12, 1492, in the Bahamas. Columbus' voyages inaugurated the Columbian Exchange, a transfer of plants, animals, culture, and diseases between the Old World and New World. How should we remember Columbus in the 21st century? Neil Armstrong was born in 1930, and from a young age, he was fascinated by flight. He served as a naval aviator during the Korean War, flying combat missions. As a test pilot, Armstrong flew the X-15, pushing the limits of speed and altitude. On Gemini 8, he performed the first ever docking of 2 spacecraft in orbit. Armstrong commanded Apollo 11, taking the first steps on the Moon in 1969. From farmhand to captain, James Cook charted a course through history. His 3 voyages reshaped the world, mapping coastlines from Australia to Alaska. Cook's travels weren't without conflict, leaving a complex legacy on the lands he explored. From humble beginnings, he commanded the HMS Endeavour. The circumstances of his death in Hawaii remain a subject of debate. Forget Marco Polo, this is Ibn Battuta. Born in Morocco, he traveled over 70,000 miles. That is almost 3 times more than Marco Polo. He started on a pilgrimage to Mecca, but just kept going for 30 years. From Cairo and Damascus to Constantinople. His book, The Rihla, tells the tale. Meet Roald Amundsen, the Norwegian explorer who conquered the poles. He was the first to navigate the Northwest Passage, and the first to reach the South Pole on December 14, 1911. Amundsen learned survival skills from the Inuit, using sled dogs and local techniques. In 1928, Amundsen vanished during a rescue mission in the Arctic, leaving behind a legacy of polar exploration. Meet David Livingstone, the 19th century explorer whose story begins not in the jungle, but in a cotton mill. Driven by a thirst for knowledge and a desire to reconcile science and faith, he became a medical missionary. Livingstone ventured into the heart of Africa, driven by a burning desire to end the horrific East African slave trade. Years passed without word, and the world presumed him lost, until Henry Morton Stanley uttered those immortal words. Livingstone's heart remained in Africa, a testament to his unwavering dedication. Was Robert Falcon Scott a hero or a tragic figure, or both? He was a British Royal Navy officer who led 2 Antarctic expeditions. Born in 1868, Scott joined the Royal Navy at 13. A chance meeting altered the course of his life when he met Sir Clements Markham. Scott's ambition was to be the first to reach the South Pole. He assembled a team of 65 men, unaware of just how difficult it would be. Scott's team reached the South Pole on January 17, 1912, only to discover Amundsen had arrived 34 days earlier. The return journey was plagued by blizzards, frostbite, and starvation. Scott and his companions perished and were found 8 months later. Robert Falcon Scott's story continues to fascinate, a reminder of the risks and sacrifices of early polar exploration. Sacagawea was a Lemhi Shoshone woman born around 1788 near modern-day Salmon, Idaho. Captured around age 12, she was later with child when she joined the Lewis and Clark expedition. She saved important journals when a boat capsized, and the Sacagawea River was named in her honor. Sacagawea was crucial to acquiring horses, discovering that the Shoshone chief was her own brother. Adopted as a symbol of women's worth, her life remains a source of both inspiration and unanswered questions. Comment below if we missed anything. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you in the next one.